fuck France. It's now official. The new president of Madagascar has met with the ambassador of the Russian Federation. The world, and by the world, I mean the world outside of the international community, because the international community is only really Israel and the West. Like Israel, Europe, America, Canada to a lesser and lesser extent, looking at their new trade deals with China. But the real international community, the multipolar world, is waking up to the fact that, hey, we don't have to be vassals, not even vassals, slaves of the West anymore. We can look at Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger rising up, taking their share of their own resources, saying we are nationalizing our goods, our services, and our resources. We will not allow France, we will not allow the Dutch, we will not allow the United States to rob us blind each and every day any longer. We will not allow these countries to come in, subjugate us, rape us, and steal our oil, our lithium, our gold, our resources for pennies on the dollar any longer. Okay? Now, Madagascar is the latest in a string of countries that have had military coups. And in Madagascar's case, actually, it was a very democratic coup, if you will, because the president was warmly welcomed by the National Assembly. He actually went through the official processes of inauguration. And it wasn't even so much a coup because the president, who held foreign citizenship of France, he actually just fled the country and left on a private jet. Not a private jet, a military jet, a French military jet. The president left and went to France because his people were starving. His people had no electricity. His people had no water. And this situation had been manifesting for months and months and months. All the while, the president of France, he was fine. He was on his private jet. He was getting flown around by the French authorities. He was making lots of money off of the suffering of his own people because he was a puppet to Macron and the French financial interests. Now, what's so interesting about this story is that the new president has seen what's gone on in the Sahel region, seen Ibrahim Traore, seen Mr. Goita, seen Mr. Chiani in Mali and Niger, respectively, and said, we are going to forge a new path. Fuck France. It's now official. The new president of Madagascar has met with the ambassador of the Russian Federation. Okay? This is incredible. According to information, the meeting was fruitful. Several agreements and strategic projects are already in preparation. This is from our friend Igonchi Bianzin, who is a very well-known journalist in Africa. He's a Pan-Africanist from Togo. And that's why Macron's offspring, France, and its vassals in the African Union are in a tizzy right now, invoking their eternal democracy. Their panic speaks volumes. The wind has only just turned, and they can already feel that Africa is slipping away from them. Now, after being inaugurated and going through the democratic processes to appease the African Union, the president of Madagascar met again with the ambassador from Russia. On the 21st of October, the president, Colonel Mikhail Randrianarina, Madagascar, they have such difficult names to pronounce. I interviewed one of the National Assembly members. His name is like Rabinarina. So the president, Colonel Michael Randrianarina, he met with the ambassador of the Russian Federation. Their discussions focused strengthening cooperation between Madagascar and Russia. Okay. So here you have them meeting. This was the very first meeting of the new president of Madagascar right here with any ambassador. He chose Russia. Not just that, Colonel Michael Randrianarina announced a break with the pass and initiates rapprochement with Russia because previously the French-occupied regime in Madagascar was not so sympathetic to the Russians. Okay, so now the new president is forging new ties with the Russians. The first interview that the new president of Madagascar gave to any foreign media was with Sputnik Africa. Madagascar's new president, Michael Randrianarina, speaks to Sputnik Africa in his first international interview since taking office. He thanks Sputnik for its support for Africa and praised its Pan-Africanist stance. Incredible. He said, thank you for supporting Africa. And this is probably the most important part of all in this story. Ousted Madagascar leader has been stripped of his citizenship. So this is the former president of Madagascar, Andry Rajoelina, has long faced opposition over his dual nationality after acquiring a French passport over a decade ago. Turned out to be a pretty smart idea considering he fled to France when his people were starving and had no electricity and no water. Madagascar's newly installed military government says it has revoked the citizenship of former President Andry Rajoelina, effectively barring the ousted leader from contesting future elections. The Indian Ocean's new prime minister announced the decision in a decree issued on Friday. He cited a law dating back to 1960 when the country gained independence from France, which strips Malagasy citizens of their nationality if they have citizenship of another country. Rajoelina has long faced criticism over his dual nationality, which fueled political and legal disputes well before his overthrow just a week ago. So incredible. Salute to our comrades in Madagascar. We support you, and we are happy that you have proven to be very successful in your fight for sovereignty and your forging of new relations with the multipolar world. Good job to Madagascar. Before you leave, I want to say thank you for the support, because after 2 years of being banned, we are finally back home on YouTube. So be sure to subscribe to our channel and also join as a member on our channel using the link at the top of the description. I rely on the generous support of viewers like yourself to get the truth out to as many people as possible. You can also support the show on Locals or Give Sin Go. The mainstream media and the powers that be are never going to stop attacking us for bringing the truth to as many people as we do. Thank you so much for your support.